Okay, good afternoon, everybody. So today, quick little call on the BBR method. So we're going to go through, you do have access to this PDF, but you might have lost it. So I'll also pop it in the WhatsApp group for you. So I'll share my screen here. This is essentially a bit of a self-assessment that myself and my brother created when we had our gym. I have since adapted it and changed it around a little bit, and I'll probably continue to do so as I, gain more and more experience. But essentially, this is what it looks like, and then we'll go through the pages. So actually, I'll just have that single page. So this will be the first page, and you essentially, it's a self-assessment. So we'll go through and you'll be like, am I white? Am I blue? Am I purple? Am I brown? As we go through, then you'll be able to see what you're going to focus on based on what level you're currently at. It will give you an action plan, so how often you should be training and stuff like that. This is really good for those who are on the gold membership and who have access to any of the programs that are pre-written. So anyone that's not on a custom program. And then finally, we've got the milestones, strength and mobility. So as you work through, you'll obviously, the brown belt is the one that we're going to work towards. So we'll start here. So you'll start at the bottom, okay? Is movement and exercise a habit? Do you sleep 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night? Do you drink 2 to 3 liters of water? Do you have a good relationship with food? And are you generally stress-free or know how to manage it? So if you answered no to most of them, then you would go across to the bottom of the pyramid, which is essentially building our foundation, right? So it's the health, wellness, and creating habits. So this is what you would have as your main focus at the moment. We'll go back to page 1. And if you say, yes, all of those things are fine, I'm good to go. Okay, cool. So we'll move up to blue belt. Can you touch your toes with straight knees? Can you squat and deadlift? And so you would go through all of these if you get the drift, and you would find out whereabouts you are. Let's say you are on blue belt. Let's say training is not an established habit. You do have some injuries. You can squat and deadlift without pain, and you can touch your toes. So that would be a no. Okay, so you haven't got all of them yet, so you'd be a not yet. So then we go across to the second page and be like, okay, so now we're going to work on basic movement patterns and injury prevention. So even though you can do like your squat and your deadlift without pain, because you've got injury, it's important that we have a look at that first before we move on to anything else, while we're still building the bottom of the pyramid. And as well, because you haven't yet established that training is a habit, that's where we'll focus here. So we'll learn the correct movement pattern and what progressive overload is and how to manage it. We'll do injury management, so looking at your injuries, understanding your calorie balance and protein requirements, and then learning about the importance of breath. So these are the main things that you would then be focusing on. So as you can see, we keep going up. So we'll go over to the next page. For the blue belt, we've got our primary goals here. So you want to achieve blue belt strength and fitness standards. You want to have, so these are the primary goals, right? You want to understand basic nutrition principles, so what each macronutrient is and what it does and why you need it. And you want to be managing injuries and imbalances. It is my main, well, not main, it is a big opinion of mine that if you are going to use your body for sport or anything, that you're going to probably continue to have injuries or injure yourself at some point. So learning how to manage them is much more effective than thinking that you're going to be training and be bulletproof, because I don't believe in that. Then we look at how often you should train. So at this stage, 3 to 4 days per week, 30 to 60-minute session, plus a walk most days. The recommended program. So again, this is for anyone who was on the gold membership. You'd be looking at the beginner or intermediate strength or mobility, or the beginner mobility, or the ultimate express. So those would be sort of the best programs for you at this point. Obviously, this is all just recommendations though. And then moving on to our milestones. So blue belt. So we want to be able to Zercher or front squat 50% of your body weight. So if you're a 60-kilo human, it would be 30 kilos. You want to be able to do a seated good morning at 50% of your body weight. You want to be able to do 3 push-ups to full range. So this can be on your knees at this level, but full range means chest to floor, or it's a no rep. You want to be able to hang for 60 seconds in one go. So anyone who's got hanging in their program at the moment probably understands that that is actually not as easy as it sounds. So no feet on the ground, hanging for 60 seconds. And you want to be able to either RDL or deadlift your own body weight. So again, if you're a 60 kilo human, a 60 kilo deadlift or RDL. Then moving over to the mobility flexibility side, you must be able to touch your toes with straight knees. Deep squat for 60 seconds. So sitting down in your squat, that means heels can be raised, that's fine, but still being able to sit down there for 60 seconds. An incline weighted dislocate without pain. So you may not know what that is, but it's basically assessing shoulder function. And weighted can be 1 kilo or half a kilo even. And a 2-inch elevated knees over toes split squat without pain. So that's the ATG split squats where knee goes all the way forward over your toe. So 2 inches is about a 20 kilo plate. So making sure that you can do that without pain. So, I mean, once you've achieved all of those milestones, then you're pretty much going to be moving up to the purple belt, right? So we'll go back to the front one here. And this is where we're up to now. So we need to be able to hang for over 90 seconds, flat ground, split squat. We just did the 2-inch one, 50% body weight Jefferson curl. So we're starting to add in some more intense things up here. So this is really handy if you have no idea, right? If you are someone who, okay, let's say you're down here on the white belt, movement, exercise, not a habit, your sleep is shithouse, you barely drink any water, you absolutely do not have a good relationship with food, which I feel like is a very normal thing to go through. So if you are having that, definitely reach out. We'll have a chat about it. And you're pretty stressed, right? But you want to run 5K in under 30 minutes, and that's a goal of yours. Or you want to be able to do a 1.5 times body weight back squat. So again, 60 kilo human, that equals a 90 kilo back squat. So it just gives you an idea of where you should be focusing on based on where you currently are. So I really love this tool. It does take a little while to sort of walk through it. And I was kind of hoping some of you could jump on so we could do it together and I could help you out. But I definitely recommend having a look through it. Pop any questions that you've got in the group. And like I said, I will be putting this, like a link to the download PDF up into the group. So thank you very much. I look forward to hearing your questions. Have a great evening. Bye.